Hi everybody, it's Mercy and I'm back again with another video. Last night my husband went to one of those college football games and when the kids went to bed, I decided to go ahead and start coloring. So I busted out one of my Whimsy stamps, and it's a Kenny K stamp and it's called Alice Chains. And I went ahead and I thought that she was adorable, so I went ahead and I started coloring her. Little did I know that the stamp is actually very small. Let me try to take it out of the package. Not that you guys would see it that well, but the stamp is really small. So it has a lot of intricate little details in here. And you might be able to see it inside. Let me see if maybe I can get closer. Okay, it has like really tiny, intricate little details in there. So I went ahead and I started coloring her up. And when I was done coloring her this morning, I woke up and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and finish putting her together. And of course, now this doesn't want to sit the way that I had it. There you go. Much better. Okay, so the way that I did her was the following. Number one, I wanted to be able to cut her out somehow. So what I did is I cut out a white piece of cardstock with my Spellbinders standard circles large. And then when I cut her out with that, then I had to use my Stamp-A-Majig, which is this thing, to position her onto the circle so that way she would fit. The way that you use this is you stamp on this side, which is the smooth side. This side is like bumpy. You stamp it on this side, you position it over the paper the way that you want, and then you make sure that you use this as your guide. So this is where your acrylic block is going to be. You're going to put your acrylic block right here so that way it butts up against this. That way it's easier for you to put it on there. So I used my Stamp-A-Majig. I put her on there. I started coloring her. So her skin, and I wrote it all down. Her skin is E00, E000, and then her cheeks are R20, and then her eyes are YG09. I absolutely love green eyes. So okay, so that's her skin and her eyes. Her hair is C9 and C5. That's her hair. And the way that I did her hair is I just did the bottom parts, the darkest, the C9. And then once I got all the dark spots and I like feathered it, like I flicked it up to leave little feathering marks, then I went back over it with the C5, but then I just flicked it at the ends where it's about to meet the C9. Right here I flicked it over, so there's a few spots that aren't even colored, but that makes it look nice to me anyway, because it makes it look like really like it has a highlight. Her skirt, this part here of her skirt is R22 and R24. R24 is the low lights and R22 is everything else. And then her stockings are, the darkest parts are E33 and then the lighter parts are E31. The skin inside of the stocking itself, I colored it, was the E00. So that would be the low light of her skin, would be her stocking, her skin inside the stocking. Then the corset, I did R24, and no, I'm sorry, her skirt is R22 and R20. That's the color of the skirt, R22 and R20. And then her corset is R24 and R22, along with her gloves. And then I went over it with the C9 to go into the black spots. And her shoes are also C9 and C3. Then her lipstick is R29. And I think that's about it. The chain itself is C3 and C1. Okay, and that's it. And then she has a chain, a chain itself, and then like jewelry, and that I did using the C1, And then I put the YG09 as a little emerald inside of it, just so that way it could get a little bit more tying in the green color of her hair. So anyway, that's how I did that. Then I did one of these Rena flowers, but this one I did more like a bow, and I colored in the white with my Lindsay Stamp Gang Ramblin' Rose. I used this one to color in the pink. So this was originally white seam binding. And this flower is actually this flower, but I went ahead and I sprayed it with the Ramblin' Rose too. And then I used this paperback here is from the Be Mine collection. And when I set her on here, like I was going to lose all these flowers. So I said, you know what? Let me do this. So I cut out with the X-Acto knife these flowers here. And when I cut them out, I'd like put her inside of the flowers, which I thought that was really nice. And then I blinged her up with some of the Want to Scrap bling. And then I put the sentiment underneath it from the TPC Studio. This I got from Joanne Fabrics, which is the sentiments, happy birthday and everything else is called, I forgot what it's called, Brushstroke Greetings. It's called Brushstroke Greetings. And that's how I did that. And then on the inside, all I did was mat it, because since this had been cut from the bottom layer with the X-Acto knife, I had to make sure that I covered the back. So I just took some white cardstock and inked it around using my Colorblock Q ink. And both of them are empty right now because I'm not sure. You know, I just made the card just to make it. I didn't make it for any particular reason. So I didn't have anybody in mind to do it. So that's the card that I made. I think she came out really, really super cute. I'm loving her. I think she came out super adorable. So anyway, that's the card that I made. I just finished making it like 3 minutes ago and my hands are still pink. You can tell I was just working. So anyway, that's my completed project. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.